and welcome to my channel. ഏവർക്കും എൻ്റെ ചാനലിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. So today we will be discussing on the licensing exam overseas. I mean the healthcare professionals licensing exam overseas. As you all know, UAE is of 7 Emirates, and many of them might not be knowing which is the qualifying exam or which is the licensing exam for these Emirates. For example, many of them won't be knowing which is the exam for Dubai, which is the exam for Abu Dhabi. So especially this video or this session is meant for introducing you all the licensing exam for the healthcare professionals. Along with, I will be discussing two of the queries which I have received from my previous video. First query was one of my viewer has sent me a mail saying that she got her Kerala paramedical registration. So let me begin doing. HCPC was the first query, and the second query was related with HCPC. As I said before, that means I got my HCPC registration. So with that registration, is it possible for me to work in Middle East was the second query I received. I will be discussing the two queries in between the session. So don't skip the video. Do patiently watch till the end. So I will be discussing these two queries. And there will be many who have not yet subscribed. So please subscribe and enable the bell icon too. So you will receive the notifications of all the videos I am uploading. So you won't miss any job offers. You won't miss any updates. You won't miss any classes. So stay tuned and keep. Here we begin the licensing exam for the overseas healthcare, and the material or the information is provided by Connect West Gateway Consultancy, and I am very much thankful to this consultancy for supporting me and for helping me for the growth of my channel. So once again, thank you so much for all your support. And UAE overview. So all the medical graduates who are wishing to pursue a medical career in the UAE will be assessed through Healthcare Regulatory Authority of UAE, namely HAD, DHA, DHCC and MOH. After successfully passing the assessment examination, you will be awarded a medical work license to work anywhere in the UAE. So all the medical graduates who are wishing or willing to work in UAE will be assessed through these licensing exam, and we can see each one in detail. So these are the different healthcare licenses in UAE. UAE is a country of 7 Emirates. So we will be discussing each one of them. So the first one is the DHA. DHA means Dubai Health Authority, which grants the healthcare license to all those who pass the assessment examination carried by DHA to work in Dubai hospital. So a candidate who wish to work in Dubai, or Dubai is your destination, then you have to qualify the DHA exam. Whereas in the case of HAD, if a candidate is wish to work in Abu Dhabi, then he or she should pass the HAD exam, which is the assessment examination carried out by the Health Authority of Abu Dhabi. So the two Emirates have over. The remaining 5 Emirates, Sharjah, Ajman, Oman, Huain, Fujairah and Ras Al Khaimah, should have an MOH license. MOH means Ministry of Health license. Then comes the DHCC. This is especially needed for the heart of Dubai, at the heart area of the Dubai, which is the world's largest carefree zone, which is comprises of two phases. Phase 1 is dedicated to the healthcare and medical education, and the phase 2 is dedicated to wellness. To work in this healthcare system, you need to have DHCC license. Then comes the prometric exam for Qatar, Saudi Arabia and Oman. So the next question is, who can apply? Every healthcare person is eligible to apply for HAD, DHA, DHCC and MOH assessment examination. It can be doctors, nurses, then these radiographers, pharmacists, laboratory technicians, physiotherapists, psychotherapists and all therapy technicians, and if there is many more to include, any healthcare person is eligible to write for a HAD, DHA, DHCC or MOH assessment examination. Then the eligibility criteria for HAD, DHA, DHCC and MOH examination for the case of doctors, following are the requirements to apply for the assessment is the first one is their degree, that is MBBS, and the completion of the internship should be shown, and 2 years of clinical experience is needed, probably in the home country. Are there any exceptional criteria for HAD, DHA, DHCC and MOH? Yes, it is possible to apply for exception if you are under the following countries with competent authorities which are expelled from these examinations. So if you belong to any of these countries, then you need not require any of these licensing programs. For example, United States of America, Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, South Africa, the United Kingdom. If you have the citizenship or if you belong to these countries, you can work in the Middle East country without any licensing exam. Components of HAD, DHA, DSCC and MOH assessment examination. A candidate have to appear in following types of examination. It can be a computer based testing, means MCQ. The question model will be MCQ and the time length will be around 2 to 3 hours. It depends upon the specialty, and for in some cases oral assessment viva will be there, and it will be also varying on specialty. Next we are discussing on the number of retakes for this licensing exam if you are not qualifying in the first chance. For example, in the case of UAE, you can take all UAE examination up to 3 times. So you are having 3 chances. If you fail all the 3 times, you will be disqualified and you won't be able to appear for the next exam. While in the case of prometric Qatar examination, you can take examination up to 5 times. If you fail, you can attempt for second or third chances without any gap, but in the case of fourth and the fifth attempt, with a 6 months gap will be required. And for a prometric Oman exam, you can take up to 3 times, and if you fail, you can attempt for second and third chances without gap, but further attempt will be a gap of 1 year. So again you have to appear, then you reappear, then you have to reappear after 1 year. Then comes the computer based testing is an examination which is offered for the following specialty. All the specialty will be assessed by MCQ. Question model is MCQ. Nurses is there, then this radiographer, pharmacy, laboratory technician, physiotherapist, psychotherapists and all therapy technicians, and as I said before, others can also appear for the exam. So from this I am concluding that all the Emirates of UAE have different examination, and if you can clear any of the above mentioned assessment examination, you can work in the respective Emirate. The examination pattern for all the examination is almost same. All the examination will allow you to work as healthcare professional in UAE. These examinations are for every healthcare professional. Again, let us see some of the job offers of Connect West Gateway HR Consultancy. The vacancy is for the nurses. Nurses are urgently required for hospitals in Sharjah as well as in Dubai, and the license is MOH or DHA, and the vacancy is for all departments, and the salary offered is 5000 AED to 6000 AED. The main highlight is that non-licensed candidate can also attend interview, and the only thing is that you have to clear examination within 45 days. And the candidates who are outside UAE can attend interview through online. If you are interested, you can send your resumes at jobs@cwghr.com, and you may feel free to ring to the given phone number for further Hope everyone got a clear idea of all the licensing exams in overseas. So these are the licensing exam, and as I said in my previous video, once a student who have completed his or her course have to get the registration from your council. After getting the registration, you have to attain 2 to 3 years of experience, minimum 2 years of experience. Then you have to do your data flow and credential, all those things. After that, once it is positive, you can appear for the licensing exam. And once you qualify this licensing exam, they will be providing you an eligibility letter. With this eligibility letter, you will be applying for the job offers. And once you have reached your destination, your hospital authorities will be helping you to get the license. I mean the DHA, or whether if your destination is Dubai, once you reach Dubai, you will be receiving the DHA license. Hope you all understood that. Again, I am going to discuss on the queries I have received from my previous video. The first query was related with Kerala paramedical registration. So, Kerala paramedical registration have no role with HCPC. This was the query I received. I got my Kerala paramedical registration. So, let me begin doing my HCPC was the query. If you are patiently watching all the videos of HCPC, you will get a clear idea or clear picture of HCPC. So please do watch all my videos, since it is very tough to repeat the same thing again and again. So for that viewer, I am repeating it once more. Kerala paramedical registration have no role with HCPC. HCPC is purely meant for United Kingdom. Okay. And once you watch my video, it will be helpful for you to filling up the HCPC registration form. I will be putting the link of that HCPC registration form, how to fill that link I will be putting in my description box along with my email address, so that if you have any further queries, you can just mail me. So once you have filled up the HCPC registration form, there are different columns and rows are there. One is for your course administrator, the other is for your manager or the chief in charge, and the other for a professional body. So HCPC is accepting the verification of a private professional body, as if now they have not changed the rule. So Kerala paramedical registration is not having any role with HCPC. So hope you got the answer for the question. So second query was related with HCPC. That means I got HCPC registration. So is it possible for me to work in the Middle East? Was the second query. Once you got the HCPC registration, it is, as I said before, it is meant for United Kingdom. So once you have reached United Kingdom, you got settled down, and once you got the citizenship, that's very important. Once you got the citizenship, you are eligible to work in any of the Middle East country without any of the license which I have discussed for today's session. So that answer is also clear, I think so. So being an Indian citizen, if you have got the HCPC registration, you cannot work in Middle East country. Once you have reached United Kingdom and you got the citizenship, I mean the British citizenship, it is eligible for you to work in any of the Middle East country without any of these license. So hope you all understood for today's session. So with that I am ending up the today's session, and as I said before, please do subscribe, share among your friends, keep supporting me. Thank you for watching all my videos and stay tuned for my next